if I can turn this around. This is Mickey Grove Disc Golf Park. Actually, it's not a disc golf park. It's just a park that you can play disc golf in. I'll wait a little bit before I get going. This is gonna be kind of rugged, but I'm going to speak on the subject which I wanted to make a video on, which was kind of like the cult of identity and the identity mind control. If you're in the chat, let me know. Get the chat up. Let me know if you can hear everything correctly. The audio is good. Let's see what's going on with the chat. Alright, anybody in the chat? Just say something. Put a 1 in the chat if the audio is good. This is kind of new. Let me turn it so you can kind of see. Oh, this is terrible. This is gonna be a new thing. Get in there. This is gonna be a new thing. I'm going to just hang out and play around the golf or disc golf, and then while I'm playing, mix in the latest video that I wanted to put together for this channel, and then we'll see what happens. It'll grow from there. But right now, the subject matter is as people watch this channel know that I speak a lot on mind control and how it works. So the mind control that I wanted to address in this video is the mind control of identity. So the identity of race, the identity of gender, the gender ideology, the recovering addict identity, persona that takes over and starts to become the person. People start to become some weird version of themselves when they have kids. So there's an identity that people wear as a mother and a father, and that becomes who they are. And the point being is that all of these identities are designed to be that way, to suck you out of yourself, reconnecting with higher versions of yourself and becoming just a more, for lack of a better word, evolved version of yourself. So let me see. This is just gonna be kind of a hangout. So I'm gonna flip it in a second, and we're just gonna be hanging out. So it'll take a little while for me to catch my groove, but this is gonna be better than not being able to make a video right now, because editing takes forever. So also, these are the new shirts. I'll get them up on my my website pretty soon. The front says Independent Fact Checker. In the back, this has the channel. I'll get them up soon. If you want one, just reach out through email or whatever, and then we'll go from there. But for now, there's people walking across right now. Let me just throw a few and get going, and then we'll see what happens. I'll flip it. Once again, this is Mickey Grove. Anybody in the chat? Who's out there? Hello, Neshani or Nishani. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing it correct. Thank you for joining. We'll get into a second, but for now, just enjoy some disc golf warm-up shots. It's the first hole, so I'll just throw a few just to get warm. Can't really see anything, but alright, let's go. So as I'm walking, we'll do an update on the audio every now and again. Like right now, I'm kind of far away from the mic, so let me know as I'm moving right now if the audio is still salvageable, or should I just wait until I sit down to speak on whatever. But right now, this is the first hole. Let me see. I can't see anything. Oh, all right. Usually throw 2 off the first. That's my first shot right there. Or that was my second shot right there. I could play it, but for practice purposes, I like playing the longer one. Alright, so the core of this video is going to circle around, since this is the voting time frame in the States. There's this idea, let me check horizontal view. Oh man, I don't know how to change it. How am I gonna change this? Is it like sideways? It look weird? Doesn't look like does it look like it's supposed to be in the regular phone size? And then what does this do? What is this? Highlights? I don't know. Yeah, so it looks like it's the phone, but it's landscape version. I don't know how to change this. Let me try. Let me see if I can change it. Does that look better? Flipping it like this? Perfect. Okay. Let's see if I can to leave it like this. I was trying to get live where it's like landscape view, but all right, let me try to figure out how to. Shit. Oh shit, I might have it. Oh. Orientation lock, rotate device back. Well, how do you change the orientation? Alright. So or in the train. How's that view? I know it's not the greatest, but I gotta put it on my bag too. Is it still straight? It's good? Alright. I'll work on getting this better in the future. I'll wait till the train goes too, and I'll throw some while we're waiting. During this political season, everybody's got their identity hats on. How the mind control works by first sucking you into this particular identity, whatever identity fits your. Oh shit! How's the audio on that? Can you hear me when I'm over there on the T-pad? I'll keep going until some of the answers. So the identity is the first thing that sucks you into the mind control. So all these people fighting about politics, all these people fighting about race, gender ideology, land. A good thing is a good thing to mention, or the main thing. The main thing that I wanted to reference this whole identity thing is this whole what's going on in Israel and how that's mirrored here in the United States. Now, all shit's all made up. It's all largely for monetary purposes, ownership, control, or mind control. I'm just gonna hold it for now. Yeah, politics and distractions. So the identity game is the mind control. And this is the reason why the identity of the original people of the United States, the Americas, is so crucial, and why on my channel I focus so much on this, not just because it's relative to who I am, but because once we start to identify the importance of who we are, those who have had their whole, I'm just gonna go one-handed and keep going. Those who have had their lands, resources, history, identity stolen, the shockwave will be with everybody else. The lies will start to come to the surface. And this is the intention. This is the point. To, as Neely Fuller Jr. would put it, produce justice. And it seems that as long as we're only interested in... Oh yeah, it is a lot of fun. Yeah. It's like one of my favorite things to do. Yeah. You can play by yourself, you can play with people, you can play like it just depends on whatever you want to do, but that's a big part of it. if you're playing with a group of 4, then it's like just under 3 hours, about 3 hours. You can scoot out of here in about an hour and a half. You play by yourself. But it's pretty addictive once you start getting going. Yeah. It's scored like ball golf. You learn very quickly. It's good for kids, any age groups. They already have professional people, professional divisions, all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're welcome. You too. So, where was I at? Lost my train of thought. Okay, yeah, so the identity of us. This is the next hole 3. This is what it looks like. Just add a little something in here. It's 250, as you can see it. For that one on the left. So the identity is the problem. And right now, that's what they don't want to talk about. This is why, like Obama and all these other people, they don't want to. Oh shit. They didn't want to do anything. They don't want to talk about reparations, like that whole thing. This is why it's such a big deal. I'm trying to find a good spot to put this. I guess that'll work. This is the big reason why reparations is such a touchy subject. Because reparations taps directly into justice. And when you're starting to tap right into justice, you're starting to talk about power, control, resources, power, control, shattered minds in paradise, ushering small cities. Yeah, female hand, chatbots. Yeah, all this stuff. Everything everybody is talking about. All these YouTube channels, all these podcasts, they're focused on, when they're making these videos, when they're doing these podcasts, they're talking to a particular person. They're talking to an identity. They're talking to something that the individuals that they're trying to reach out to believe themselves to be. You believe yourself to be a patriot. He sees fancy ass words like patriot. They don't want to talk about, like, you used to be immigrants. Now you're a patriot. Why? Because you got to rewrite history because you destroyed the original people of this land. I'll try to get over here and get a good visual on it. Oh, that's not good. And that just became the identity over time. I'm gonna lose this ball too. The identity, the lie became the identity. And that's where we are now. And people go living their whole life. Oh, that's who I am. And then once they become part of that box, you sure about what? Professor Walter You talking to me or somebody in the chat? Anyway, so I think I got both of them. Another reason why this identity has to be the norm is that the people in power, by keeping you away from your identity, they're keeping you away from knowing about their identity. So a lot of these people were created. Just as this identity was created, your pardon the situationing. There you go. Oh shit. I just should have brought my tripod. I gotta find it first. I'll just crooked it. So yeah, the identity is the problem. When you talk, when you want to talk about America, who's the voice that's speaking? What are they talking about? Do they ever mention the indigenous Americans? Why not? What the? Let me see. All right. Let me throw this real quick, then I'm gonna come back and check the chat in a second. I really don't want to throw two. Let me just throw this in. I'll just throw one. Some people sitting over there. Put some questions in the chat real quick, and then I'll check them out. We'll get into this based upon this discussion. Scared for those people sitting over there. All right. Archetype blueprints, yeah. All for what? This is no different than somebody convincing themselves of something. It's no different than religion. Same thing. It's something to make yourself feel better. Look at that. I'm just telling them to move their car over there. They're on the course. And park wherever the fuck they want to park. They didn't even bother just going up to them and just being cool about it. This will be a cool shot. I make this one. So yeah, these fake identities create artificial power. And then these people think, oh, they can just say and do whatever the hell they want to do. And they have this control over you. You are in their world. Damn it. Let me see. I gotta find something. This. Boom. All right. perfect example of power corrupting. This idea of white power, white privilege. It's an identity. How's the wind? Sorry about this. So, yes. It's living where I plan on here. Yeah. Alright, this is the first one. A little mud on here. See if I can do this one-handed. Chipped a little branch. It's alright. Almost made this green one. So yeah, look, we're just at a park. This is a park where people can come chill. Yeah, people park there all the time because they're doing the same thing, sitting in the grass. There's a T-pad right there, and a T-pad right there. And those people who are just yelling at these people, they could just go to this T-pad right here. But since they have that power in their heads, they think they can just control something. Ain't nothing special going on out here either. So I want to stick around here because I don't want these dudes to say anything to them. Let me just chill out here for a while and talk. So okay, let's talk about not just the Bible. Let's just talk about written word. And what do you mean by what if the Bible is based on manifest destiny? First of all, what is manifest destiny? See, all these things, the Bible is an identity. Manifest destiny is an identity. Whiteness is an identity. Blackness is an identity. And in the extreme layers of this, they're just words. Words that people identify with. Oh, this is who I am. The word is not the thing. It will never be the thing. The name, the label, it will never be the thing. It'll always be a step down at best from what that is. You'll never be able to, it's the same thing as like matter. A word will never be the thing just as much as, watch this shit. A word will never be the thing just as much as Hey, don't talk to them like that. Thank you so much. Don't talk to them. Be a little bit more respectful. If you hey, hold on. This is a park dedicated to both disc golf and everybody else. If you would like them to move, then come up to them and speak to them and ask them in a way that isn't like move. What kind of respect is that? Is that not understood? They're perfectly okay where they are. You can throw to that basket just as I did, and with that T-pad, you could also throw from that T-pad to the next one. So they don't have to move their car. They don't have to move where they're sitting. You can play around them, and you don't have to be disrespectful to them.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Okay, I heard you saying.
Okay, so have a nice day then. How about that?
Thank you so much, brother. Thank you.
Thank you. Don't move. Yeah, please. You're okay.
Thank you so much. It's okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm gonna move it.
No, you don't have to move. You can stay right here. If they're coming around, just be aware that it's going on.
But
And
you know what? It means a lot to me.
yeah,
It
okay.
means a lot to me to talk to them.
You're very welcome. Enjoy, please. Sorry about that too. Okay. Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna move my car.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to, there's a little parking spot over there or whatever
I know.
there. Because
know.
there's gonna be people here all day that are
I
gonna
know.
come through here, and you're gonna run into people that
Thank
are
you
gonna
so
be,
much.
yeah.
Thank you
no
so much.
problem. Have a nice day. Fucking shit. This is shit we talk about all the goddamn time. So, oh my gosh, it just gets fucking blood boiling. All right. So, I mean, to tie that into the story that was going on, this identity thing, this power, like these people do think, oh, we're disc golfers, we're in charge here, so we have the power to tell you to move, cause they said this is a disc golf course. Get the fuck out of here. This is what happens when people get that little bit of power. They get out of control. They get out of control, and then they just don't know how to fucking handle themselves at all. They could just fucking wait. Or skip the hole. Because I've come here so many days, and there's been like 30 fucking cars right here. And you just play around. You skip the holes. You do whatever the hell you gotta do. But you don't fucking talk to people like they just gotta move. What the fuck? Hella rude, disrespectful. Fucking, they're out here having a goddamn picnic and shit. Stupid. Anyway. If I wasn't there, because they were about to go off on him, because he was wrong, and then he would have fucking, oh my god, that shit is irritating as hell. So, what was that? Identity, power, control, dominance, move, get the fuck out of here. You're in my way. The fuck is this shit? This is what's going on with the land right now. You're on my land. You're on my disc golf course. You're in my way. Get the fuck out of my way. And then eventually it's like, oh yeah, your word doesn't even matter anymore. Fucking jumbled up. Your personal preference doesn't matter at all. Your existing doesn't matter at all. And on the extreme levels, we'll just kill you. That's all it is. Oh, we'll just take you out. We'll take your land, we'll take your resources, we'll assassinate your leaders. We'll lock you in to our world. Oh shit, where'd I put that? Oh. And then you'll just be stuck. And then we'll change the conversation to be about what we say it's about. Today, we say it's about politics, red and blue. No different than what they do with like different parties, progressive parties, green party, all this other shit. It's just complexities to make the situation more than it needs to be, because they need to make it about them being the center of attention. Because as long as they're the center of attention, they're in control. As long as they're dominating you with the verbiage, with the names, with the identity, with their illusory power, they can filibuster the world. This is what we're dealing with right now. They're filibustering the world with their illusory versions of power. Oh yeah, this is so fucking Overlord, yeah, overlords. Overdose, I say afterwards began ego death and felt like it sounds like nobody. So I'll go into that, yeah, ego death. Another thing. These let's go into that. Let's go into what happens when you do something like ayahuasca. Not like this is an answer, because people don't know. A lot of times people don't know how to take that shit when I mention ayahuasca. The purpose of something like mushrooms and ayahuasca and shit like that, it's not to make you trip, it's not to party, it's not to fucking make you whatever it is like that. It's natural. So just as I talked about in previous videos in reference to love, what's the function? What's the function of love? What's the function of psychedelics? Take all the romanticism out of what people say it is, or what they think it's supposed to be. God damn, there's cables in the damn way. What's the function of love? Who needs love the most? Children. Do you need? If children do not have love, their whole functioning gets muted. No different than vaccines. So this identity crisis that we're in, go back down. Salvia. Right, so yeah, salvia is no joke. Salvia will suck your body into the center of reality, and you will have no sense of what you thought you were. I agree with that. When you come back, this is the thing, I've met people on ayahuasca who've taken ayahuasca. They come back and go, oh yeah, I've taken ayahuasca 127, this is my 127th time, 130s. What the fuck are you, what are you missing? Why are you not getting the point? What are you, so they keep pushing the button, but they're not reading the results. And the high that you get from pushing the button is what people think it is. That's what you need. It's the high that you get is the point. Also, you're only gonna get what you put into it. So if you're getting psychedelics, you're only going to experience that trip as much as you are able to experience any trip. You go on vacation, you're only going to have as much fun as you're allowing yourself to have. Obviously, there's things that can happen and fuck with you during your trip. But point being, you are in control of that situation largely. The largest percentage of that experience is you. Can't squeeze blood from a turnout. What is that? Real turn away from psychedelics. Open portals to demons. Okay, let's talk about that. Comment. God is real. Turn away from psychedelics. Open portals to demons. Repentance is key. A lot of words. Is nature not holy? in response to that? Is nature not holy? Did God, this is an in-betweener hole. Kind of see that little bell right there. Let's see if I can hit it. Oh. Is nature unholy? No, I'm not even going to go into that discussion because you know what? Most of these people who talk about psychedelics, they have an identity that they're trying to protect, or they never even experienced it for themselves. So everything in this world is something to learn from. If you think you got it down, if you think you got it, no, I got it, this is it. If I got it, you don't got it. What you have is you. You think you got it. Let me try to get the basket in. And now you want to tell the world you got it. This is what all these podcasts are, all this shit that's out here. Oh, this cable's getting in my damn way. They gotta tell you what it is. This is how I knew without a doubt that was a bad environment. Yes, it's true. I'm actually aware of them during ego death. Demons are holding me down, disguised as my friends, and they kept telling me how I need to stay here. I mean, scary shit doesn't make it bad. Fear keeps people safe. As you know, some people, it keeps you out. It's a natural response. If you get afraid of some demons or some kind of entities on a trip, instead of running away, it's like a nightmare. This is how I've explained it in previous videos. Nightmares, in my experience, since I've been dreaming since I was 2 years old, remembering my dream. Well, you're always dreaming, but I've been remembering my dreams since I was two years old. And what I've learned from that is that there's a repetition there. That repetition was challenging. Challenge is forcing me to run away or figure out what that challenge was. Figure out what that was trying to teach me, which is me in my dream trying to teach me, and then move on. Experiences like this are designed to teach you something. If you emotionally respond and say, oh, that's just demons, that's just scary, that's just bad boogeyman shit, fine, that's the way to do it, but you'll never learn what's behind that door until you process that fear, until you get out of there. That doesn't mean you have to do psychedelics, you have to do all that. What that means is that you're locking yourself behind a door. That door is fear, emotions. And you can get around, you can figure out what's around on the other side of that door without having to do it. But you'll never get to move forward. You'll never get to process that until you actually do that work. Emotional responses are not doing that work. What identity cults like religion, politics, what they do is they shut you down from critical thought. When you get shut down from critical thought, you don't give a fuck about justice anymore. I used to be able to see shadows and hear voices when I was a juvenile. What's that supposed to mean though? I don't know what that means. If you used to see voices or see shadows and hear voices, that doesn't mean anything in my head. Like, anyway. People are afraid of losing their identity. They're American. they're safe and they have control of what's important in the world, then everything in the world's okay. This is why they created first and third world countries. First world countries, they got the mic. They're in control. They're the ones who say what's important and what's not important. Right now, they're saying Palestinians are not important. Bomb them. You know who's important? The people who control the media. The people that we said own this land. Believe this. You don't even have to believe this. Know this. What's happening in Israel right now is about a fraction of a millimeter away. That same shit is getting ready to happen or could happen here in the States. Because the same story that's going over there is the same story that's here. You got people who are, by whatever means, placed onto this land, took it as their own, erased the people who were already there, continue to erase, delete them from existence, and their words will never be seen or heard for what they are, because justice is behind the truth. Oops. There we go. Damn it. Justice is behind the truth. Reparations is that little edge of the little sticker you're trying to scratch off. That's reparations. All of these stories, all this power is held together. The glue is lies, distraction, identities. Humanity is the one that they're selling right now. The reason why so-called white people in the Western world can speak for humanity is because they have placed themselves as the evolutionary pushers of humanity. With technology, this is why I bring in this idea of not necessarily flat earth, but a not heliocentric reality. Heliocentrism was generated. It was created for a purpose. That purpose is to wash over the intelligence of your ancestors. You don't have to go into putting a name on it. Oh, it's flat, it's concave, it's this, it's that. That shit don't matter. When I first started flat earth information research, M1, what up? When I first started researching, it immediately went to, okay, well, why is this the way it is? What's the main thing here? What are people getting out of this? Money, resources, control. But the main thing is locking you into this belief system for an extended amount of time. It's chattel slavery. It's psychological chattel slavery. Psychological chattel slavery. And you send it to your next generation. You send your kids to school. You send your grandkids into that next belief system. You send them down that rabbit hole of holidays and love, and I'll get into that too. Emotionally setting up your world to be solely about emotions. Flat Earth proves that we either live in a simulation or, how I like to call it, a dream. Words, again, words. What are the answers for? What do we need all these answers for? This ball keeps coming up with this microphone. Let me get something to fix this up. Oh, that worked. Oh shit, I might have found it. I'll go in low and I'll go in high. So on. Shit already been out here. I'll go low. What was I talking about? I needed the answer. Answers. They claim to give you answers. If you have no answers, if you have no identity, they give you any answer that they give you is like gold. And that's the power. That's what I was saying in the last live stream. The power's in the controlling of the narrative. Let me throw one here just for fun. The controlling of the narrative. See if I can do this. Close. Very good. If they control the narrative, then anything you even think doesn't even matter. Let me see. Your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, your justice. If you're less than human, why do you need justice? Your word doesn't matter. You're relevant. The only thing that matters is what we say right now. This is what they're doing with the cosmology right now. Oh, flat Earth. Ha 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 ha. We're so smart. We're so powerful. We went to the moon. What are you, some sort of ignoramus? We are the evolutionary peak of humanity. You don't even deserve to speak. Do not speak words because you're a conspiracy theorist. I had my fucking teacher call me a conspiracy theorist just the other day. I'm taking viticulture and enology classes again because they don't transfer over to this school, which is the science of winemaking. And if you can see anything. Their cleaning agent they use is TSP. The same shit that's in The same shit that they use for like paint remover or like paint thinner. Or what the hell is it? Anyway, TSP is a cleaning agent, and they put that shit in cereal. This is Lodi, Mickey Grove in Lodi. It's like a little old, it's not like army base, but it's like an army or some kind of military something. But they also got a disc golf course on here. So I forgot what I was talking about. I might have got a nice little positioning on here. Shit, I forgot what I was talking about. If you could remind me in the chat what I was talking about before I walked into. It's already an hour long. All right. Hell yeah. 7 people in the house. Yeah. So, what am I talking about? Identity, controlling the narrative. Yes. So the narrative of humanity is controlled by Western powers. How did Western powers get control of the narrative? What did they do? They conquered, they slaughtered, they committed genocide, they removed you from the discussion. They stole your voice, they stole your land, they stole your resources, they stole your relevance in the human discussion. Because, why? They are the ones who are they're the caretakers of this world. They are the caretakers of your reality, your forward progress, your movement, your evolution, your belief systems. What did they sell you? Technology, going to the moon, going to Mars, concessions, comfort, creature comforts. And what did they sell us? No, they only have to sell a demographic of people. They only have to sell it to a demographic of people. The people who will be their army. They're going to need people who will defend their work. This is why the idea of whiteness and blackness came into about, because you can't just have the good guys out there. You can't just have white people without black people. You got to have black people. You can't have the best people in the world. You got to have everything. Everything has to be sold to you in a way. Oh shit, this is not the greatest. That you question nothing. I don't know if you can see it right that way. I'll just take the low route because I'm trying to get out of here. Maybe I'll put 2 here. And like I said in the last video, the narrative is key. How many subjects have I tapped on in this video that will be completely dismissed because somebody believes in liberal democracy, Republicans, the Bible, whatever it is, they have the point is they have the answer. That's the key. They have the answer, and you need the answer that they have. Anybody telling you that they have the answers is part of the problem. It's not the answers. We need questions. Questions. What the fuck happened here? Oh shit. We need more people who ask questions and less people who claim to have all the damn answers. Alright. This is kind of a long one. It's going to be difficult. Holding it and getting it and making it. Oh, that was terrible. Don't look at that. That was pretty bad too, but so yeah, the answers. Western civilization has the answers. Christianity has the answers. Republicans, they have the answers. Democrats, they got the answers. They're trying to protect black people, gay people, animal people, people who don't even identify as people. This is why it's so crazy. And this whole identity thing. I identify as unidentifiable. So now you can't say anything. I got picked up on my disc. Did I got everything? Nope, I don't think I did. Oh, yeah. So yeah, identity. The American identity. They're the pushers of the world. Let's see where I was talking about dreams earlier. Okay, good. That's where I left off. Identity is key also in dreams, because the big part of dreams is to convince you that you're not you, you're the dream. This is what nightmares are. This is why it's so imperative to process nightmares and nightmarish energy to move on into the next levels of dreamscapes. You're going into next levels of yourself, who and what you are. The dream that you have every night is just a test. You can see it down there. You either allow yourself to be consumed by the dream, or you evolve beyond that dream and you become something else. Thank you for that. AFE1. It's Leano, by the way. The dream is your daily test. If you choose that. It's not all roses and daisies when you become a dreamer. You have to deal with everything that's involved in that. And it's heavy shit. And it's every night. Yes, it does mess with your sleep. But what you get back from it is priceless. Fucking priceless. You can communicate with deeper parts of yourself, ancestors, inspiration, all kinds of shit. It's just, yeah. Ooh. It's incomparable to anything else. We've had our dreams stolen. They've been stolen by this idea of, this identity of forward progress, evolution. They told you that they're protecting the earth from climate change. But they're not telling you that they're manipulating the weather. They take your tax money to manipulate the weather. $65 million a day goes to NASA to create cloud making machines. But they're not going to tell you that on the news. They'll tell you that on some kind of TV show, as if it's something glorious to love. But it's not going to be something that they're going to put on on high notice, because eventually people are going to. Those questions are what threaten their power. Your freedom. Your freedom threatens everything that they hold near and dear to their existence in this realm. This is the whole point of the media. The mainstream media, the key word in that is main. They got the main idea, the main information, the main perspective. Well, who controls that? Mainstream. And just by having a mainstream, what does that imply for the rest of the world? The rest of the people who have different perspectives? That puts you in a place to be other than. So, if they're the mainstream, you're the other stream. And if you're the other stream, we can call you whatever the fuck we want. Why? Because we are the main motherfuckers. We are the ones who control everything. So you are, let's call you a conspiracy theorist. How about that? You're a fucking conspiracy theorist. Oh yeah, so back to that. In my class, as a side note, since we were talking about cleaning agents in the class, I mentioned that TSP, he was talking about the safety of it. I didn't just be like, oh yeah, TSP is in cereal. Don't feed it to your kids. He was like, yeah. TSP is safe because I was mentioning earlier, it's kind of windy. I was mentioning earlier that citric acid is used. Nice, that's a good birdie. Citric acid is used as a cleaning agent in other wineries. And that shit'll burn you. If you're in there cleaning all day, it'll burn the hell out of you. So what they're using now is what they call TSP. And TSP, if you look on all these mainstream cereals, they put that shit in cereals as a binding agent, a caking agent. And your kids are eating this shit if they're eating that cereal. So he was talking about how safe TSP was on your skin and your hands. I haven't confirmed how much that is. I'm just going off his word. But it sure as hell ain't safe for you to be fucking eating. Again, once again, here we go. Who's the mainstream in reference to food? FDA. If they can tell you they went to the moon, they can tell you TSP is safe for you to eat, for your kids to eat. I'm almost done here. So I'd like to hang out. No problem. I'd like to hang out and let those guys pass me and see if they have anything to say about that interaction. I'm not even gonna say anything. I'm not even gonna go into. I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna say, I don't know. Let's just see what happens. How about that? I'm just gonna sit here because there's this nice little fancy bench, and we're just gonna hang out and let them play through. It'll be a little while, but I only got 4 more holes. About an hour and 20 minutes now. All right. So yeah, this is a good example of the bigger problem. Somebody who has a genuine concern for the health and welfare of the people around them, in this example, the people in the classroom. I wanted to let them know if they got kids and they're feeding their kids this shit, hey, real quickly, I can say something quick in this class. Hey, if you got kids, they eat cereal like this, by the way, you're using this to clean your winery. You're using this chemical to clean your winery. By the way, that chemical is in cereal, so it's not necessarily because you have a double angle now. Now you have you have the awareness that it's in the cereal, but you also have the awareness of what it's used for. TSP, before I knew that TSP was being used in the wineries, I read that it was used as like a paint thinner or something like that. Just from the little notes that you read when you hear about the dangers of that kind of stuff being in your cereal. But these people in this class, now they got a reference point. They're like, hey, he's a good dude. He works hard. He's in here, every day in class, and he's saying some information about something that anything. I don't even say shit most times. I don't speak up a lot. Unless I have to. Like earlier today. But if I'm saying anything, and the teacher knows this too, if anything, a grown-ass adult says, you have to, you're putting yourself out there when you say some shit like that. Not everybody's gonna want to do. Nobody wants to do that. Who the fuck wants that ridicule? And see, that's what they put on people. What they call conspiracy theorists. They're, oh yeah, you're just saying that because you want the attention. You're a conspiracy. You say conspiracy theory information. See, this is that narcissistic gaslighting that goes along with information. We have access to this information. This is why now they're putting these fact checkers out there. The fact checker mentality is no different than the mainstream mentality. It's a belief system. It's a cult. It's like, okay. And then they say, okay, well, you don't have the answers. Science has the answers. Unquestionable. Science is unquestionable. You're stuck. They might take a little while, but I'm chilling. I want to kind of chill out right now. I need to drink some water. So yeah, anyway. I said, yeah, by the way, if you think it is that safe, it's so safe, jokingly, they put it in cereals. and there was an uncomfortable silence and pause in the classroom, and the teacher was stuck and didn't know what to say, didn't know what to do. But his only thing was to somebody else jumped in the conversation, and a fellow student was like, yeah, because then he asked me, okay, well, why would they do such a thing? Why would they put TSP in cereal? Come on, get out of here. And my response was, because they're trying to fucking kill you. In so many words, I did say that they're trying to kill you, no different than doing all these other things, but I didn't go too far off into that. But somebody else joined in and was like, yeah, they put fluoride in the water, they do this and that. And then at that point, that's when he said, okay, enough with the conspiracy theories. And then we just moved on. And what happens in the rest of that class? They just sit there and they take the authority of that authority figure, the teacher. Not only, there's two main things that happen. One, that information from the perspective of the teacher gets washed away because the authority figure is either uncomfortable with it or believes it to not be true. And when that happens, that's the first thing that happens. You have to agree, you have to believe that. That is now your truth. If you are not the kind of person that can critically think for yourself, or just regular think for yourself. Because if you're around an authority figure, their whole intention is to think for you. This is the purpose of the Western-minded mentality of evolving humanity into the future and so on and so forth. This is the purpose of the education system. This is the purpose of everything that they're telling you is something that you need to know about. It comes from their authority. And what comes from their authority is what you need to know about and what you don't need to know about. So when I say you need to know, if you're a parent, if you're a grandparent, you need to fucking know that they are putting TSP, just as much as you will not throw your fucking child onto the freeway or off a bridge, you would not do that. You would protect them as much as you can. You wouldn't do that shit. Just as much as you wouldn't do that, you would not want to feed your children poison. TSP has a poison control number on it. If ingested, called poison. This is the same thing that goes with fluoride in your toothpaste. Same shit. If that's the case, if I'm working with you, if I'm around you, if I have this information, I'm not just gonna put it out there. But if the discussion comes up, I will reference it and I will put it out there. Why? Because it's just something that I do. It's part of who I am, no different than a lot of other things that I do. It's just natural. And I have a genuine concern for life, for justice, for especially kids, because a lot of these parents, these grandparents, these regular civilians, they don't know what's going on out there. They just know what they tell them, and this authority figure says something, then that's the end of the discussion. So on to the next group, the next thing. So you guys can go ahead and play through. I'm just gonna chill around for a little bit. Yeah. I think they're from like Sacramento or something. He had a tattoo 916 on his calf, so ain't from around here. But that's another thing. No accountability. They had to say anything. They did nothing wrong. For those who don't know, earlier in this video, the these two individuals cowardly stepped up to these women who were having a little picnic. I happened to be on one of the holes in the course, and he basically just said, "Move, like get the fuck out of the way." You can reference it on yourself, but I had to kind of put a little check into place because they were completely out of line, very disrespectful, and just rude. So, but when it comes to man, face to face, I'm sitting here looking at, oh yeah, do you have anything to say for yourself? No, they don't think they did anything wrong. They didn't do anything wrong. This is their course, this is their world, and they were in the way. And then they hide it behind, oh well, we were just protecting them. We didn't want them to get hurt. Bullshit. You're hurting them by being fucking rude and not being respectful. You could have not said anything as I did and just played away from them, played around them. But before they were 2 holes away. 2 holes away from the hole where those ladies' car was parked on one of the holes. They weren't even there yet. He walked all the way onto the street to say something to these ladies. This was before the interaction happened. He walked all the way onto the street to say something to them, to them to move their car in a cowardly ass fashion, hoping that they would move their car before they had to be face to face with them. And then when they didn't move their car because they were being hella fucking rude, and they finally walked up to them, he stayed 100 feet away from them, yelling at them, telling them to move, which I knew he was going to do because he had the audacity to try to punk them and tell them to move their car before they were even on the damn hole. I was on the hole with them. I didn't even say anything. And yet they have to. This is it's a good example of so many things that I brought up in this video, but one of the main things is that power, that authority. The fuck you, fuck your world. This is I'm an authority. I say what is and what isn't. And you're in my way. So, anyway. Let me go to the chat real quick and see. There's only 3 people in the chat. The chances that those 3 wouldn't even have anything to say in the chat are slim to none. But if you do, go ahead and drop it in the chat, and then I'll go ahead and see what I have to say about it. I'm going to start winding down and closing this down in a second. I'm going to give some distance to these guys in front of me, and then we'll move on. Now, I only got 4 more holes, so yeah. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the continued support on this channel. I really do appreciate it. Right now, these lives are pretty much what I'm feeling comfortable with doing, because they are on a tear for taking this channel down. And just after the live that I just put up the other day, they took down one of the other videos. It was the Brian Callen disease, another Joe Rogan reference about, again, the authority and so on and so forth. So I'm gonna just throw this whole let's move on out of here. I'll do a one long and one short. So let me loop it back to the beginning of this video, the identity. Let me look back at what I was talking about earlier. So the identifying as Americans, recovering alcoholics, Republicans, mothers and fathers, alumni, LGBTQ, forward progress. So alumni, all these fraternities and sororities, that age group, they're successful if they are a part of that group. You're an older group, you're successful if you can identify as a mother or a father. Basically, that's all you have to do. You just have to be the label. You don't have to be anything more. You don't have to imbue what comes with it. You don't have to actually be a good father. You just got to have kids. This is that identity with the mother-father politics. On top of that, it's a form of control to lock people into that. No different than school debt. They see having kids as getting people into debt. And as long as you're locked into debt, you're locked into their world. You're locked into their, you need them. This is no different than in the Army. Before you go into the Army, you're a recruit and they need you. So that means you're holding all the cards. You're holding all the cards, you have all the power, and they need you. And then once you sign that contract, they got you. They don't need you anymore because they got you, and you now need them because they are providing for you. Go get that. And what happens when that contract is up? What happens when you fulfilled their contract and now you're put into this position of, hey, I'm old enough now. I might have a little resources in my own. I saved up a little money. I got a little experience. You know what? I don't need you anymore. What happens when you say, hey, I'm going to get out of the Army? You turn your back on them, you're less than what you were before you got in the Army. You're less. They treat you like fucking shit. This is why all the veterans are homeless, killing themselves, so on and so forth. Because it's on purpose. And they don't need you. You're a number. You're an asset, an expendable asset. You're less than nothing. And any of the other veterans that have gotten out under these, even if you can be the super soldier of the world, they throw all these bonuses and whatever else at you, and you still don't bite. The better you are, the better soldier that you are, and you tell them, no thank you, the more more they don't want to fuck with you, the worse they treat you. Shit. The worse they treat you. Alright. The people that run the place come from old money. And we all know how you were here before, and you technically have the right to rule the newcomer, this ideology passed down. True, that's still coming from the perspective of money, old money. What about the entities behind the money? Before the money, there's you. But even in that discussion, the power to change the color of money goes beyond old money. Old money don't matter anymore. Old money is the same as new money. Why? Because who has the power to change the color of money? You spend green money today, they say tomorrow we're spending blue money. Your green money is irrelevant. It's dead. Now what? Well, who has that power? Where did it come from? Old or new, the power is what matters. And the powerlessness of the people who are struggling just to survive, looking for scraps. Let's see if it'll zoom in on that. Alright, one of my most educational things I've heard from you is how can the Constitution be good if the foundation is built on blood and bones of true ancestors of this land? True. Also, the money that they're selling around the world was also built on the blood and the bones of the ancestors. That one in a second. Blood and bones. They don't want to deal with that. OB. There's all these things that are very important for us. That are very important to us. And they're not even allowed to be a part of the discussion. Because the very acknowledgement of that being something to be discussed is a threat. Let's see if I can make it back. Make two of them. Oh, missed him. All right, I made that one I missed, yeah. But yeah. was 14. Let me get ready to close it down a little bit. So you got questions or comments or whatever you have. Ooh. Go ahead and put it in the chat. And see if I can get around to it in the next 3 holes. Should have gone to see Larry the Oracle from Texas, the expert on native dispossession. It's free. Wills October. Make your will for free. What the fuck? That's an ad? Somebody put an ad in the chat? There's like 4 people in this live chat. And still there's an ad. All right. I don't know if I grabbed both of those discs. Eagle and yeah. Oh, this is a nice frame. Frame up. I like hitting this gap. So yeah, any more discussion pieces before I close out. So it's a good long live stream. All is well unless one defeats the enemy within, they will remain prisoners to death. Yes. Part of that discussion of defeating the enemy within, part of that enemy is the emotional body. Defeating your emotional response to everything. And that's where these systems want to keep people. As long as you're emotional, you're in your child mind. You're in a place that isn't really rational or able to critically think. This is why the mainstream media so much about emotions, and this is why Donald Trump is such a big business because emotional baby. These are not grown adults as listed people. We're not thinking outside of the level of emotion. Control your emotions as talk back to your parents. Never. Don't say it. So yeah, words. What good is a perspective if that perspective is coming from somebody whose voice doesn't even matter in the first place? It's like the experience is only as good as, you're only going to go as far as you allow yourself to go. Like those people taking 300 ayahuasca trips. For what? You didn't get the message on the first time? Did you allow yourself to breathe? To listen? No. Because they're listening to themselves. Let's do this for fun. Where's it at? Get it? Oh, no, we're close. So let me chat. What's in the chat? What's going on in the chat? All is well. I read that one. 16:9 Project. Okay. Same stuff. That was from the spam agent earlier. It's my belief. Alright, starting off with belief. Alright, I'm not going to go into that, but I believe they kept the children and re-educated them. So it's kind of, it's re-education of people. I don't know, unless you're talking about something specific. It's kind of redundant to what's already said. The point, re-education. Education is re-education. At least it's mainstream education. Because it's not your education. It's not who and what you are. Not where you came from. It's what they want you to know. I'll do some more. I think I came up short. Some of these. I missed some more. Where are we at? Yeah, this is a nice park. One of my favorite parks to come to. Mainly because it's quiet. And for the most part, you don't have to deal with any riffraff. Mainly the kind of riffraff that I was just interacting with earlier in this video. Some bullshit. But this is beautiful. Nice little county park. Disc golf baskets along the edge. People come here, have a nice little barbecue, whatever they want to do. I would like to have more professionally produced videos like this in a park like this, where we have discussions like this in a good amount of time. You can't get any, how much fucking work can you get done, and just how much can you discuss in 20 minutes? Like, not so much. But let's see. This is the next. Oh shit. Sorry, I don't know. I'm probably froze right there. My battery's running low. So this is hole 17. It's my belief they kept the children and re-educated them. Yeah. In the image of the controllers. Yeah, that's true. Your identity, so your image becomes your identity becomes them, their image. And when that happens, you lose who and what you are. No different than, like I was mentioning, in the military. You no longer matter once that happens. You're signing a contract. When you believe in these systems the way they want you to buy into this system, you're signing a contract. You're becoming what they want you to be. Let me get the fuck out of here. Alright. I don't know if you can actually see. What's up?
No, sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, it's a cool little park. So yeah, everything that I was saying in this video and pretty much all the previous videos, this stuff just gets passed on to the next generation. Your kids, their kids, their kids' kids, so on and so forth. And you never have an opportunity to actually be who you are because you're too busy trying to be what they want you to be. You can't know who you are. You can't investigate. You can't find out. You become irrelevant. The you that is relevant is the you that they see you as. So when so-called white people see you, they don't want to hear what you have to say. They want to hear what you feel comfortable saying around them because that's what makes them comfortable. I'm speaking obviously generally, but not really, because we can never speak about anything that is of any relevance to our discussion. We can't speak to our story. We can't speak to who we are because the narrative is too busy being uncomfortable with that situation. Because you're just an angry black man. You're an emotional black woman. You're black. You don't even have an identity. You're not African. You're not American. You're what you told me you are. Until you have a voice of your own, shut the fuck up. Basically, that's how. This is why it's so important to become acquainted with the original story, the story of who and what you are, like what, to produce justice, to stop the shit that is going on around the world. It has to be addressed at the core. What's happening in Israel? What's happening in the world? It's not separate from all these other things. If we all just tell our own story, a lot of these bigger things will just disappear. I don't even know if you can hear me. train commercial. This commercial break is brought to you by Stuff. Trains, they got move stuff. And that stuff is on that train. So yeah, at least make this last. It's a low ceiling, phone in hand. Let's see if we can make it. You can see. Ooh-wee. That was a total miss, but it made it. All right, we made it. Man, if you stayed, is there anybody that stayed the whole time? That'd be interesting. Because we're on hole 18 now. And this video is 113 minutes long. Which will probably take 24 hours to process. But I pretty much got what I wanted to address in this one, which was, like I said, the identity. That's the problem. You identify as something, you have all those answers. You have the answers. And you're really not really gonna go anywhere else until you answer that one question. Accepting another identity is not gonna give you the answer to the question. It's just gonna create another place for you to answer that question. And if you're still raising that question, you're just gonna put placeholders in that. You're just going to continue to put placeholders where that question, the answer to that question would be normally. And those placeholders are not, they're not where any of the healing, change, any of that shit, none of that shit comes to being. Fuck. You just go from one dream to the next. That's it. I'm just gonna throw that one. That'll be the last throw. I'm beat. Very good. Where we at? Yeah. Closing it out. Thank you for joining me. If you stayed the whole time, thank you. A little bit extra, I guess, because that's pretty tight. It's cool. And for whatever amount of time you join, thank you, because it matters, and especially when this fucking censorship is going on, and another putt. So you can move in front of your line. Oh, right on. It'll be up. I think it'll be up in like a day or something like that. If you want to catch the rest of it later on, some cool stuff going on. But these kind of putts, you can outside the circle. they did. And if you're outside, you can step. Disc golf in a day. It's a good day. A good day. So, thank you guys for joining me. And like I said, this live will be up probably in like a 24 hours because it is hella long. But I'll be trying to do some more of these in the future, since it takes so long to edit. And we'll see how YouTube does with censoring lives too. Oh well. Alright. Y'all take it easy. Peace.